And here's your shout out for November 30th, 2017. Hi everyone, welcome to my first video of Shoutout. I'm not really sure what this is supposed to be, but I thought I'd at least start recording today. It's been on my mind for quite a while. A lot of you remember last year I did a whole kind of Facebook page on great customer service, and this kind of became an extension of that. I went through a bit of a period last year where I just got rid of Facebook and got rid of a lot of things, but now I'm back on Facebook, and I kind of extended the customer service thing, the great customer service page, and I wanted to call it Shoutout because I've been spending a lot of time trying to be a bit more positive, a bit more understanding, have empathy, sympathy. Any of my paramedic students from the past will know what I mean by that. There's a difference between empathy and sympathy, and but I try to have both where I can, and use my intuition more. All right. So if I'm out doing something the other day, of course this isn't an opportunity to pat my back and pat myself on the back or anything, but I helped somebody out for no reason. And I just did it, right? And I want more people to do that. And that's why this shout out is a very important thing to me. And hence the video here today. All right. It is it's a replacement actually for the great customer service, because I want it to be much more than that. I want it to be a place where people can come get some positive news in the community, not just in Moncton, New Brunswick, Canada, United States. I have my cousin Anne Marie. Shout out to Anne Marie. She's down in Nashua, New Hampshire. So you know what? Just anything from anywhere, anything positive where people have done something positive to deserve a shout out. And I just want to see more positive communication in media, in social media. That's why I'm staying away from the whole news thing or journalism and that sort of stuff. That's not where I want to go with this. I want this to be a positive communication where people can actually enjoy the website, to go, actually not a website, Facebook page. I thought about website, and it's just more work, and I think these days everything lives between Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. So that's kind of where I'm going to keep this. But I want positive communication, positive feedback, and just to try to kick everybody's intuition into gear to be nice to each other. That's, at the end of the day, that's what I'm hoping. Anybody knows me personally knows, hey, I've had struggles. We've all have struggles, but 2017 started off, and it's going to end off okay because we made it okay. But 2017 was a really shitty year, and but on the other hand, there's lots of good things about 17, I guess. But there were some things that made me think about how I want to be positive. And it's not something you can turn on and off, right? I used to be a smoker, and I quit smoking in 2003, but I had to be ready for it. And I think the same goes for being positive. I think if you're positive, you have to be ready to switch your mind into being positive. Because making pretend that you're positive doesn't work. It doesn't make you feel that contentment that you need to feel to be really, happy and want to help other people. So that's what this is all about. It's recognition, focusing on people doing positive things that make the world better and make our social media just a little bit of a happier place, instead of reading all this, negative things and car crashes and, people's opportunity to go and talk negative about people and to diss people and to tell them how shitty a place is. It's just, I get kind of tired of it. So that's what Shoutout is all about. Recognition for people. So I took a few notes, and I'm going to share them with you. The number one that I want to shout out to, and you'll see this all on the Facebook page, and I'll include all the links and that sort of stuff in the video description. But the hashtag beccatoldmeto, I had the opportunity to spend very little bit of time with Becca a few years back, and just an amazing young lady. So she did have a recent trip to the IWK, and doctors did find a new tumor, and this is all things that have been reported on her Facebook page or from family members anyway. But one of the biggest things that Rebecca has taught me is to be positive. I don't have cancer. I don't have, real struggles with my health. So I think it's really courageous of her to know that that she has another tumor, but yet continues the whole positive outcome. She wants a positive outcome by feeling that she's done something within the community to make people happy and to be nice to each other. Anyway, I'll put the address in there because I'm going to mail her a card as well. I know that one of her things is she wants people to mail her a card. You can find all that information online, but it is Rebecca Schofield, P.O. Box 7135, Pine Glen, Riverview, New Brunswick, E1B 4T8. And I'll put that in the description so you can copy and paste it if you need to. So yeah, you can also drop it off, by the way. If you have a card for Rebecca, you can drop it off at the Guardian Pharmacy in Riverview. Thanks to them for agreeing to be a drop-off spot. Number 2, if you look at the Facebook page for Shoutout, and there's a Facebook group for Shoutout as well. I'll be honest with you, they're both there. I at this point need to kind of gauge and see which one's the better. Maybe I keep them both, and sorry if it's been confusing to you, but that's just me kind of experimenting, finding out what's going on. So, and how to use it. Constable Duga from RCMP in Charlotte, you'll see a picture there. There was a fellow in a wheelchair, and he was actually shoveling his driveway. Now, kudos to this guy in the wheelchair, okay, because he made himself, and you'll see in the picture, he made himself an extended handle for his shovel, and he was actually shoveling his driveway with this extension in his wheelchair in the snow. So, I mean, kudos to this guy. He's out, and you know what? He's trying, and it looked like he was pretty successful. But Constable Duga, saw that and said, I got to get out of my car and help this fella. I think just out of the kindness of his heart. And so kudos and shout out to Constable Duga from the RCMP in Charlotte. The third one that I want to talk about is the Humanity Project. Most of you have seen, if you've been looking at the Shoutout page, I've been spending a lot of time putting out things for the Humanity Project. And Charles Burrell is one of the folks there that I've seen in the social media that's really behind the whole thing. I've not yet met Charles, but I really want to, and I really actually would like to interview him for the Shoutout page, just to give him the recognition that he deserves, him and his team. Again, I don't know the exact details of how his team is made up, but I know something like that doesn't happen with one person, right? He's received a lot of help from other folks too. So hopefully, if I can interview him, that would be his opportunity to give a shout out to his team that's made the Humanity Project such a huge success. I know they are at 449 St. George Street, the old Dans Encore building, I believe. It's an old church. But they have a winter clothes rack. He's been also asking for work boots and those sort of things. So if you can help out, I know I do. I have an old set of work boots from way back that will do just fine, and hopefully get somebody out there and working for the day with some safety boots. All right. Number 4 is My Bike Shop. Everybody I have a smile on my face because Jim Gauguin is such a great guy. To talk to him is just always a pleasure. He's just a pleasant fella, period. And I think a huge shout out goes to Jim because he is a great guy, and anybody in the bicycling community knows how well that Jim takes care of his customers and of the bicycling community in Moncton and really in southeastern New Brunswick. So big shout out to Jim Gauguin. I know he supports lots of rides and lots of teams, and he obviously delivers a customer service that has built his name here in the community. So he definitely is a top-notch mechanic. If you're looking for somebody to figure out your bicycle, or to even, to work on it, replace parts, those sort of things, Jim Gauguin is your guy. And anybody that he has working for him, I would trust 100% as well, because Jim wouldn't let anybody that doesn't know what they're doing be working on bicycles. So shout out to Jim. Shout out to the Humanity Project. Shout out to Constable Duga. And a shout out to Becca Schofield. All right. Hashtag beccatoldmeto. You need to get on the internet and have a little peek, join in on what she's trying to do and make this a better world. My name is Moe Jacob. Thanks for listening. And this is your first edition of Shoutout.